Hi, I'm Amy Claire. I'm here with Anna Maria, who has just finished fashion media third year. So she's now going into the industry. Um, we're just going to talk about like your final project and your entire sort of university experience, any advice you've got. What did you actually do for your final major project to start with?
So first of all, hi. Really nice, even it's just virtually. But yeah, for my FMP, I did a project. I didn't do a dissertation, and it was basically establishing a PR and communication agency. I had to work with 6 brands and create something different for each of them. So I did trend forecasting for one of the brands. We did event management and event planning for another one. Then we had some social media content creation for 2 other brands. And it was really like a huge project in general, but I think at the end it all tied together and looked nicely like as a finished product. The product was the agency actually.
Okay, so do you have like sort of a favorite out of those, like trend forecasting, social media, whatever?
Yeah, I think the trend forecasting one, because at the time when I started doing the project, I was actually thinking about going into virtual styling and like styling in general after I
Yeah.
graduated. So I really enjoy doing the trend forecasting, and I love doing research and working with WGSN. So that was the most fun one. And I remember we had to, I think, forecast like 5 trends. And actually, in 2021, when the trends were actually supposed to happen, I found out that I got them all right, if that makes sense, based on
Yeah.
everything. And they actually happened in 2021. So that felt really, really good.
Yeah, that's what I love. Like you get the actual like proof, like the proof of the pudding, what you actually like
Yeah.
predicted come true.
I personally know the guy that owns the brand that I worked for. So it was kind of more personal, and I knew that I will really help him out with this trend forecast.
Yeah. How did you know him? Was it like through networking or did you just already
Oh,
know them?
basically, I'm from Bulgaria, and this guy is from Bulgaria as well. And he created this brand, I think, when he was like 16 years old, so pretty young. And
Okay.
we knew each other from social media and, being in the same like circle. So yeah, I just kind of felt it was more personal because I knew him. And I feel really proud to know him because he was so young to start and it's working great.
Yeah, it's really like nice to work for someone that's actually like really inspiring as well. Is that what you sort of enjoyed most? Was there a specific thing that in final year, whether like academic or personal, that was sort of your favorite thing that happened in last year?
Okay, wow. Personal, I have a lot of things because when I started my last year, I was kind of lost with what I want to do after I graduate. I was already in job. I was already having a job that I still
Mm.
work for, but I was not sure if that's the right route for me after I graduate.
Yeah.
And thanks to one of our lecturers, she had some like styling connections, and she needed someone to help her with some styling photo shoots. So I had the chance to work with Blue Avenue 2 times actually for 2 of their campaigns, and that was really really exciting to me. And I got
Yeah.
to go to London and like see how it's done in the professional world, so outside of uni. That was really exciting. And when it comes to academic, I think the FMP was my favorite because it was just such a big part of our third year, and it combined everything we've done so far. To be honest, I'm a very anxious person,
Same.
and yeah, and I get stressed out a lot. But with the FMP, it was super hard and it was a lot of work, but I didn't feel stressed out. I don't know if that's
Mm.
because it was something that we chose and it's personal to us, and we didn't have, it was not set like as a team or anything like that. We had to choose everything ourselves. I don't know if that's the case, but I felt pretty chill about it. And it felt really nice to see that everything you want, it kind of comes together at the end, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like if it's something you love and
Yeah,
you can do it, you can push yourself to do it, then it's fine. It's not so stressful. It's like
yeah,
you just have the motivation instead.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I love that. Did you have any like big challenges or like issues when doing it, or was it kind of seamless, or probably not, but was there any issues that you had to solve?
Wow. I think I had a few. So the first one was I couldn't really connect with real brands rather than,
Mm,
the guy that I knew. And obviously, it's way better to partner with real brands and not work with them hypothetically. But nobody responded, and I was trying to find like small businesses, but they still were not up for partnership in this project.
yeah.
And at the end, I just had to hypothetically work with some brands, which is not it's not bad because like I'm still doing the work. The bad thing is that they don't know that I'm doing the work for them, and they don't know that maybe they can use me in the future and get
Mm,
to know me better and maybe partner for real in the future, not just for uni. So that was one thing, but we figured it out. It's fine. And the other thing is I'm kind of bad with time management. I'm not
mm.
the best at it.
Okay.
So um, I was kind of struggling in the beginning to plan everything out because with FMP, if you don't plan everything and you don't know what you're doing each week for the whole semester, if you don't know what you're doing each week, you it's really easy to fall off track and just get lost. And at the end, it's kind of like everything is so much pressure and so much more stressful.
Yeah, I imagine it comes quite quick all of a sudden. It's like, okay. So would you say for advice then for people going into third year, would you say time planning and management is a big
Yes.
thing?
Oh my God. Yes. Really just find what works for you. Some people use digital planners, some people use like a physical one. But definitely plan everything out, know what you're doing, like really sit down with yourself and say, this is my project. These are all the different parts from my project. This is what I want to do this week, next week, the week after. And literally for the whole semester, I have things planned out. And that's the hardest part, but hold yourself accountable because if you don't, it's never gonna work out. And also networking and like connections really
Mm,
just I think for us, maybe you as well, COVID really hold us back from making the right connections and really having a good network at the end. So that was kind of bad. But still try to make as much as you can just with your lecturers, with your classmates, with everyone you can. Just get to know them, reach out, and they will really help you out in at the end.
so would you say that like maybe working on your LinkedIn while you're planning and working out everything for your FMP would be a good idea? Like just doing that on the side, like as you can, maybe like interacting more on Instagram, whatever, so you make more contacts while doing it. But like you were saying, like if you plan it right and you don't give yourself loads in one go and you do it slowly, there's not as much work as that sounds. That you can do that on the side, do the networking, etc., etc. I mean, did you have like any like tips or things that you do when you weren't feeling motivated to do it?
Oh my God, trying to think about it. But I think what really helped me, it was I knew it was the end. I knew that we
Mm,
had 2 months left and then we are done. So I was like, I have to hold myself accountable and get to do it because that's the last thing. I'm done after that and I can do whatever I want. I can work wherever I want and just, really start living life and like
yeah.
both professionally and personally. So it was kind of, I think, motivating in that sense. But also, you mentioned like LinkedIn and Instagram, and it was part of our FMP like unit to have a professional looking LinkedIn and Instagram page. And I honestly think that's so important. I'm
Yeah.
trying to my Instagram as like my blog page and kind of show off my work. But if you started earlier, it's definitely better.
Yeah.
As well as LinkedIn, I don't have a lot of connections. To be honest, I'm guilty of not using it as much, but still, I have some traffic and I have some people reach out to me. So definitely, if you put enough effort, it can be big.
Yeah, I really like that idea of like just kind of seeing the end of the finish line and just putting everything in those like last like couple
Yeah,
months or whatever, and then knowing that you can just relax at the end of it.
plan some things after you've done that will kind of motivate you. Because I back in February, I was already planning like a trip to Greece in August
Mm.
and another one to Italy at the end of May. So I was kind of like, when I finish this, I can reward myself and I can go on these trips and it would be so fun. But I have to finish this first. Let's get it
Yeah.
done so I can enjoy the other stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Like, but even little things, like, because you can do sort of long-term things like that, I think are really good, like a holiday or something to look
Yeah.
forward to. But also, like, sometimes, like, if I really don't want to work, I'll just be like, oh, well, I'll have a cake after this or something, or like, I'll go
Yeah,
out for a
yeah, yeah.
drink. But like, I can only do that good thing once I've done this work. Yeah, okay. So what do you plan to sort of do next then? I know you said you were originally at first like worried about what you might do.
Yeah.
Um, what do you plan to do, and how's your FMP and your university experience as a whole going to help you get there?
Okay, so to be honest with you, I'm still not 100% sure of what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Me
But
neither.
for now, yeah, pretty big decision.
Mm,
But for now, I'm working in an influencer marketing agency, and I've been working there for the last year, and I really enjoy it. I think my experience there really actually helped me with my FMP, and not the other way around. But what my FMP did was it made me see all the different routes that I can go in. So basically, like I told you, I did some social media content creation, I had event planning, trend forecasting. So it was kind of a bit from all like spheres, fashion
yeah,
spheres.
yeah,
And now I'm a little bit more aware of what I want to do. So maybe content creation is not the right path for me, but if I want to switch my job and go to a different one, maybe I would love to go do trend forecasting. But yeah.
I mean, do you think you've developed a lot since first year? I imagine you have, but if you have, how do you think personally and again academically, how do you think you've developed?
Yeah. Academically, time management, I got quite better at it. I was
Yeah,
really bad. The first year, I was really bad. And personally, in my first year, it was the first time I've left like my, home to go live somewhere else. So I was by myself, 2,000 kilometers away. And at the beginning, I was really like lonely and
mm,
depressed. And, I was not in a good headspace to do everything. And I was kind of like blaming this, I think, like switch and moving and like the country and everything to my mental state. But after a while, with time and like in my third year, I was actually grateful, and I taught myself to, how can I say this? Basically, get everything that I can since I'm there. I'm already there. I'm already in this country. I'm already doing this work. So why would I be sorry for myself, and why would I feel bad when I can go, get up, do the work, and like get everything I can while I'm there? If that makes sense.
yeah. So would you say like pick up all the
Yeah.
opportunities you can that sort of come, like just say yes to
Yeah.
everything? Yeah,
Exactly.
I think that's really good advice, to be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what did the sort of lecturers advise you to do or not to do, and did you listen?
Well, I think all my lecturers were awesome, and they were super supportive no matter what I
Mm,
wanted to do. um my head tutor, Rachel, I think she knew that I was not the best at time management, and I was always so stressed out. So whenever we had a big project for FMP, as an example, she was like, "Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. Let's plan everything out. You have to hold
Mm.
yourself accountable." And what I think the best thing she did, especially in our last year, was we had this like presentation that we had to do in front of the class every 2 weeks, and in this
Yeah.
presentation we had to show what we have done in the last 2 weeks. So that really made us feel like responsible. And you can go in front of your whole class and just show nothing. You have to do something and show them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I think, the best thing that anyone did for us in the last year, because it was really like, oh my God, I don't want to, embarrass myself. I have to do this
Mm.
work. I have to show them that I can do this. And it was really motivating as well.
Yeah, because realistically, that's what it would be like in the industry, isn't it? You'd have to be constantly, every 2 weeks or whatever, be there with work and be working and have stuff to be doing. So yeah, that's a really good idea actually. But yeah, I've got that to look forward to. Um, I used to hate like presentations, but I don't know why. As soon as I came to uni, I don't mind it. Like I'm happy to speak in front of people now. I don't know what it is. I think that I've suddenly got, even just after first year, such like a new confidence. It's quite odd. Like, did you find that this new confidence came to you, or is it just me?
No, I totally get it. I think the first year I was really shy because I've always been
Mm,
kind of worried to speak in front of people, and I was more shy. And then COVID happened, so we didn't have the chance to kind of connect like as a
mm,
class, as a course. But in third year, I think we really got more close together. And also when you already had 2 years like behind, if that makes sense.
mm.
We had 2 years, and you already did some work and you already got grades, and you saw that you're doing great and you're capable. It made you it made me more like comfortable and more confident
Yeah,
in myself and in my skills. So I was like, you know what, I did the last 2 years, I was doing great. I was having good grades. I was proud of myself. So why would I be shy, and why would I not just stand up and like, yeah, show with confidence what I've
yeah.
done.
But yeah, okay. I think that was really helpful. I'm gonna finish the interview there. So thank you very much, Anna Maria.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I've been Amy Claire. Um, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped someone. I'm sure it would definitely help third years who are going into it, um, doing their FMPs. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for
Um,
having
thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.